Match 1 on this league. We lost to Dyro up against NJGB1. The nice Liliana avatar. And they're choosing to play first. We've definitely got to keep here. Dryad Arbor is a bit of a dead land card for us, but we're on the draw. Maybe we'll see another land. Definitely an aggressive start as well with our turn 2 attack for 5 between Rancor Ethereal. Misha's Bauble. Is this an Urza deck? Or just like a conventional shadow deck? They targeted us was the first Bauble. They're playing a Watery Grave. Targeting themselves now. And what are they doing? Holding up Fatal Push? I guess so. Maybe Thought Scour. Thought Scour targeting themselves. The third Bauble goes to the grave and a Thought Scour as well. Look at that card overlap there. Opponent knows about the Bogle. Well, I guess we play the one they know about, right? Alright, that one can go down. Strictly worse if they're playing something like Spreading Seas, though. I'm going to try and avoid effects like that, if possible. Here, I'm just going to go for the Hyena Umbra. No point playing Rancor. We want to play that off the Dryad Arbor next turn. We definitely want First Strike down as well before we attack, or else they could potentially Snapcaster Mage Chump Block, which could be problematic. So we do get in for 2 points of damage. We'll play our Dryad Arbor past the turn. Dryad Arbor probably gets pushed here. Yeah, it does. Okay. Reasons why Dryad Arbor probably shouldn't be in the deck at this in 2020 right now. So goddamn vulnerable between that and the Field of Runes, the Ghost Quarters. So much creature removal. So, alright, Grixis colors right now. I'm guessing Grix is Death Shadow. But with like Street Wraiths because they don't have Allurus. Dude. Alright, well, we're in a pretty bad spot. Opponent's representing some stuff, but not doing anything. They're representing Stubborn Denial. If I attack here, his creature goes to a 6/6, and I don't die to Team of Battle Rage. With a Fetch Shock, I would. It'd go to exactly 9. So they need exactly Fetch Shock and Team of Battle Rage to kill me off that attack. This way, if I draw mana and they have no interaction, I can do Ethereal Armor plus Hyena Umbra attack kill. Or Ethereal Armor plus Rancor attack kill. Honestly, like, biggest problem this game is just not hitting our second land. With our second land, we would be fine. Because we didn't, it's much, much sketchier. I mean, we had Dryad Arbor right, but that doesn't really count. Let's be real. Well, opponent's thinking, so they don't just have the kill. We'll take that much. Alright, we've been attacked for 6. Go down to 12. Got a Scourge or something? Breeding Pool intapped. Alright, we'll try resolving our Rancor. I put a stop on my opponent's upkeep and look to path the shadow. I mean, I could just go for the win there, but I sort of feel uneasy about it. I feel like he's got the counterspell for the second effect. Maybe I don't want to stop on his upkeep. Oh, Snapcaster Mage, target Thought Scour. Well, I think we just get the win there. Unless this Shadow deck is packing Force of Negation. Go on, cast the Thought Scour. You beauty. Alright. Path out this Shadow. Path to Exile OP. Ban Path to Exile. They've also got the Tarmogoyfs. Interesting. Mishra's Bobble. Does that mean they have main deck Lurus, which they hardcast instead of getting as a companion? Quite possibly. Alright, I think both Leyline and Suppression Field are going to be good here. Surgical Extraction seems a little bit cute to me. Minus on the core Spirit Dances. Spirit Link's good. I like our other auras. So chance my opponent has engineered explosives reasonably high. Goodness. Maybe Suppression Field's just too greedy. Minus like a land source here. Alright, let's go. Leyline hand with Bogle, life gain and evasion. Sweet, we'll keep this. Once again with Dried Arbor, so it's basically a 6, but it's a really good 6. Protect ourselves against Thoughtseize and get flying, get lifelink, don't deal damage to ourselves, so Scourge is, you know, kept offline. Don't have any instances of First Strike yet, so even though we'll have Vigilance, we won't be able to block. Opponent with the Street Wraith. I think we're right about that Jund Shadow deck thing. We called the Street Wraith. They're going for a Tarmogoyf here by the looks of it. 2-power Tarmogoyf isn't the most threatening thing ever. Death Shadow. Shock this in, posture aggression with our auras. Play out a Grispoon. That resolves, we're sweet. Alright, we'll play out some flying now. Just get our life total back up to 20 and keep Scourge at bay. Stubby D. Alright, you got it. Do I want to attack now? If I attack, I get them closer to Ferocity for the next one, but then I can recast it from the grave because it's Sentinel's Eyes. I just need one other card in the graveyard to recast it. I think this is fine. Kind of want the 4th path at the moment, right? They're dealing lots of damage to themselves. Attacking. 3 mana up. Sort of smells Scourge plus a Gurmag Angler. I was going to say Scourge plus Stubborn Denial. Go for them Ethereal Armors. This will be lethal. Bam. Alright. Pretty fortunate. Go team. The 2-0 in the first match. Not too shabby. Alright. It's a better start than the Blue-White League. I started on loss with that one. But see if we can continue this form. Alright. We lost the die roll here. Pretty medium hand. Exodus MTG. Opponent keeping their 7. I think we can keep this, but we need the top of our library to help us. Obviously good against Blood Moon. I don't like where this is going against the blue deck. This is not aggressive enough. We need to draw a Rank or Ethereal Armor in our first 2 turns to have a chance now. Opponent puts 2 cards on top with the Serum Visions. In the blind. Oh, cool. Spirit Dance is not a bad draw, but definitely a lot worse as a card now that Teferi Time Raveler is a staple in all blue-white control decks, right? This could be Storm, though. This could be Storm setting up like a bit of a slower win. 2 cards on the bottom this time. Steam Vents. Alright, I'm pretty sure this is Storm. Although, why are they holding up 1 Steam Vents? Maybe it's just Blue Moon. Maybe it's the Kiki Combo deck. Either way, like this hand's pretty garbage. I don't really think that I can Core Spirit Dancer. They're also holding up like Spell Snare, so like doing stuff into a Spell Snare could be pretty cringy. They do put that card on the bottom with the opt there. Another Serum Visions. 3rd Serum Visions for the game. And this one top, 1 bottom. Holding up Remand and Mana Leak mana. It's a pretty good one. So let's just jam Core Spirit Dancer here. If they have the counter spell, they'll counter the core. Then we can resolve Rancor. They do have the Remand. Yep. Alright. So this is definitely Blue Moon if they're running the Remands then. Which is pretty scary because we are very vulnerable to Anger of the Gods right now. Fortunately, they don't have double red. I'm sure they can get to it relatively easy though. I don't even know if they run that main deck anymore, but like, you wouldn't want to chance it given the choice. Baral? So it is Storm. Dude, you slow rolled like a mofo. So path out this Baral, get rid of him. Should probably let Repel resolve there actually, because it gives him 1 more chance of drawing, a 1 less chance of drawing a mana now. So we hit him to 7. Play out our guy. I think we just put it on the Bogle. Hope to draw like 1 other aura that deals 2 or more damage. So Ethereal Armor, Daybreak, which we can cast next turn for the win. So there's like too much chance that Core Spirit Dancer gets like gut shotted down. Like opt into gut shot here just kills Core Spirit Dancer. Obviously, if it had 4 toughness, I'd have to work slightly harder, but it's still not that hard for the deck to do with 6 mana. Alright, now we just hit 6 and just wait. I will say, a Grape Shot? Yes, wait, I can beat Grape Shot. So here we might actually want to draw a white mana source so we can play Daybreak through Remand. Let's just shock that one in. Play around Mana Leak as well. It would be pretty odd for a Storm deck to have Mana Leak, but I'll play around it because I can. They can bounce the Rancor and go to 1. Wow. Wow, that is fortunate. We do not normally beat Storm, and that was our opponent keeping 7 cards. I don't know what kind of a 7 that was, but I want to verse more like that. I'm okay with this. So against Storm, you usually remove your creature removal, bring in your ley lines and your graveyard hate. I do have graveyard hate in the form of Surgical Extraction, which is nice. Arguably, Surgical Extraction is going to be more impactful than Rest in Peace. If we just eat the critical card. Eat the Past in Flames. Or eat what they're trying to get back with Past in Flames. Yeah, I really don't have much else in my sideboard for against Storm. I don't think he's going to be running anything like Blood Moon. So our weakest cards would then be like our Spirit Mantles, because there are 2 CMC Aura for 1 power. Obviously they can push damage over like some Empty the Warrens tokens, but We've got Rancor and Griffspoon for that anyway, and it's pretty unlikely, like, it's more likely they gut shot than empty else. Like, we're Bogles, we can beat empty the Warrens, it's the combo that we can't beat, the gut shot combo. With our sideboard package, hopefully we get there. Sweet, well, we've got Graveyard Hate, and we've got a semi-reasonable clock, so I'm going to keep it. We get Flying, we get Trample. No turn 1 play for our opponent either. We draw Sentinel's Eyes. Alright, hello Mr. Sentinel's Eyes. Alright, just a bit of damage to ourselves, play our guy out, pass the turn. Now, we do have to be a bit careful about turn 3 Anger of the Gods here. I don't know if I can play around it unless I draw First Strike Aura. I do not. So, just play out our auras. Drawing another Bogle is good. We can reload afterwards, at least. Play out our auras where, like, if he does blow up the board, we get them back. So, that's kind of nice. Instant Speed Pyroclasm. Spell Pierce. Alright, whatever. Waste your Spell Pierces on that. That's fine by me. Nothing still from our opponent. Why is he operating so much like a control deck? Alright, Jam Core. What are you doing, opponent? Honestly, it might be worth enchanting the core here. I'll go for the core here. It's like super greedy, but it can be super good at the same time. Find some totem armor for a future turn. The fact he just like let it resolve sort of reads to me like he has no interaction whatsoever. He might repeal it or something. It's looking like a repeal. Metamorphose? Okay, sure. Why is he doing Metamorphose end step? Is he trying to go off here? No. Odd. Normally they hold on to Metamorphose. Is our opponent like new to Storm? Opt, go for it. Alright, so opponents in the think tank a bit here. They did bottom a card with Opt. Obviously, they're thinking about whether or not they need to or want to go for it. Maybe they've got the repeal to interact with Core Spirit Dancer, or they've got like the possibility of winning. So they're thinking, all I'm going to lose to is a Core Spirit Dancer. Let's repeal it to hand. Desperate Ritual. So Noxious Revival, putting Opt on top into Desperate Ritual. Grape Shot. That's so not good, opponent. So they get rid of our Core Spirit Dancer. We'll go to their end step, and then I'll look to Surgical Extraction away the Grape Shot here. See if they Spell Pierce. Get rid of that one. Click the one here as well. The rest of the list, we'll just take a quick screenshot of this list so can have it handy, ready to refer to. Alright, so they've got 4 Barrels, 3 Desperate Rituals, 1 Empty the Warrens. Opt Metamorphose, 1 Past in Flames. Some more Spell Pierces, 1 Repeal, 2 Remands. Shrug, just keep attacking. They don't even have any Anger of the Gods. There might be one in their hand. I think I'm willing to risk it. I'll just play out the guy. Pass to them. This is very odd. Normally, Storm slaps us around the place as soon as it hits turn 3, turn 4. And this opponent's just doing a whole bunch of not very much. They sideboard out all their Electromancers. No, they have 2 Electromancers. Okay. Accidentally skipped a point of damage there. I'll just play it in the second main. It's fine. No harm done. Alright, so we have 5 damage. Opponent's on 7. We need 2 more power to kill them. This is where we can actually fetch Dried Arbor, and then we have need 1 more damage to kill them. And pretty much like the worst thing would be empty the Warrens right at this point. But even that wouldn't be that scary. They haven't got that many cards in hand to like Storm combo with. And I'm pretty sure empty the Warrens is sorcery speed as well. Attack and put him to 1, I suppose. Oh. Alright, they're on 1. Well, of course, Spirit Dance is free because no Grape Shot. They can remand it, they can repeal it. They can't get rid of it otherwise, though, so... Gifts ungiven. Alright. Here comes the real stuff. We can get Rancor back from Grifspoon back from the graveyard with an activation and kill our opponent. So even if they empty the Warrens, get some wide blockers, it's not going to matter. So I guess they'll just get like Baral, Engineer, empty, and some rituals, or empty the Warrens has to be there. Past in Flames has to be there. Manamorphose and Ritual. Okay, that's what they're going to get. Empty, Manamorphose, Ritual, Past in Flames. And then just Grifspoon from the grave. Bam. Guess they could still like repeal Grifspoon to hand, so it only costs them 2 mana. Okay, well, empty can definitely go to the grave, and so can Manamorphose. They can have their Baral, they can have their mana. They already have mana. Maybe I should have put Baral to the grave as well. Maybe that's an oversight, actually. Hopefully not one that costs us. Alright, sure, that does not matter. Unless he lightning bolts the Dried Arbor, that does not matter. Alright, he's completely emptied his hand. He's got 7 red mana up. Manamorphose, here it is. Again, they can't kill us on damage. They need to somehow get repeal to hand without tapping both lands they've got up. I think they can still pay X for 1 with like the Baral. It's like 1 mana and then Baral adds the other one. Here comes the second Gifts Ungiven. Fortunately, like just Grifspoon is that good. We just recast it. Remand Grave, Manamorphose Grave, sure, whatever. More rituals, more red mana. Whoop-de-doo. Why do you add green mana also with the Manamorphose? That seems very odd. Noxus Revival. Okay, that makes sense. What did they target? Empty the Warrens. Sure. Empty and then chain a whole bunch more spells off and then do another empty with your Past in Flames. Oh, they've already done Past in Flames, yeah. I think they get more tokens if they just do empties, then cast Past in Flames, cast all their rituals again, and then empties again. I think they get like way more tokens there. So if I was using like 80 tokens now or something stupid, doesn't really matter. Because we have flying. Or we will have flying next turn. As long as our Dried Arbor lives or we draw another mana source. Surgical Extraction. Feeling good, man. Feeling good. Opponent is getting some cards in hand with their with these Manamorphos that they keep flashing back, though. That's a little bit upsetting, but whatever. Another empty. Sure, whatever. Go for it. They must have, like, remanded their empty just before, and it's fine. You win with these creatures. It's literally if I can get out evasion or not. Maybe because of that, like, putting my opponent to 1 isn't like putting, like, a 3-color control deck or 4-color control deck to 1. Lightning Bolt? Yikes. Alright, now we need mana or Griffspoon off the top, and we don't get either. GG. Alright, well, yeah, I was about to say, fetching Dried Arbor, it probably wasn't as good as fetching an actual land. I don't really know if I want to change anything else. I don't know how much more I like these Spirit Mantles post-board. Maybe they're just, like, better than Sentinel's Eyes. But Sentinel's Eyes comes back from the grave and helps me play around Anger of the Gods. I might just, like, 1 Core Spirit Dancer for 1 Spirit Mantle. Just hedge my bets slightly that way. Yeah, definitely keeping this. Good Bogle hand. Opponent also keeping a 7, but we've seen their 7s. They're not necessarily that good a keep so far. Thingy intapped. Gotcha. Ooh, Leyline. Right on time. Get down our Totem Armor. Get down our Trample. Tax. Next turn we can draw, play Daybreak. If we draw mana, we can do Daybreak, Hyena Umbra. And then if we draw mana again after that, we can do Leyline. Wow, that is a good one. Alright. So I'm sort of like feeling like my opponent has Remand here. So I'm just going to like do the play that gets me the extra point of damage, right? Alright, so we were right about the Remand. Attack for 5 now. Next turn we can Daybreak. That is fine. Alright, we'll just jam the Daybreak. The worst I can do is Remand. And alright, they do Remand. That's fine. Hit our opponent for 5. Put him to 6. One more attack and they're almost dead. 1 point off of killing them with the next attack. Another Leyline. Alright, we'll just jam this Daybreak Coronet again. See what happens. Spell Pierce. Alright, well obviously we can't pay for Spell Pierce. We'll attack. We'll put our opponent to 1. Like, that's fine. Because now we've got, like, Surgical Extraction. And they haven't got Spell Pierce to stop our Surgical Extraction, right? Sack Fiery Eyelet. Sure. I don't see anything in the graveyard that I want to, like, Surgical Extraction out either. So. Manamorphos. Here it is. The critical turn. They concede. Alright, whatever. Cool. The rare victory over Storm. I will take it. We had surgical extraction. We didn't need to use it. Didn't matter. To be honest, like, I'm not even sure what I target with the surgical extraction in that spot there. Like, maybe I just take away their Manamorphos. Maybe after they gifts and I put the target... Actually, probably the way I do it is they do gifts ungiven. They search for their spells. I put what I want in the graveyard, which is probably Gut Shot. I then let them cast their ritual, and in response to the ritual, I surgical extraction away the grape shot, the gut shot, whatever it's called. Yeah, it's grape shot, that one. And then hopefully they don't counter it, and if they do, then bad beats. So, yeah. Seems solid enough to me. I think that is the line. Alright, getting into match number 3 now. Currently 2-0. Won the Dara. Alright, all things are looking up. Up against Ishimi Mika, however you say that one. Alright, we'll keep this hand. Not the most aggressive, but we've got Bogles, we've got a couple of auras, we've got a bit of life gain in there as well. Of course, Spirit Dancers help draw us into something maybe more exciting, right? Yeah, so this is the point where our opponent turns around and be like, Bogles, wishing good luck. Ew, gross. Sacrilege. Alright, so Windswept Teeth. Is this a Reclaimer Titan deck? The place my head is sort of going to first. I'm just going to attack my opponent for 1, play Core Spirit Dancer's second main. If they path it, that gives us an extra mana for next turn. If not, we get a draw engine. We're not, like, really putting the auras on the Spirit Dancer here. We're just using it to draw more action so we can actually do something meaningful with our Bogle. Otherwise, like, we're just attacking for 2 a turn, and that's never going to win us the game. And we do have, like, 2 Core Spirit Dancers as well, so we can do it this way. Alright, it does look like a Titan deck. No one else is going to be playing Scattered Groves. Flagstones, yep. Explore. Steve. Alright, Steve is down. Maybe I do go in on the Core Spirit Dancer now. Alright, we'll try. Seems he's tapped out. It's like way more appealing, right? Gross. Well, we did draw a couple of auras. Now we're slightly light on lands. They want to trade their Steve with this Bogle. I've got like 2 other Spirit Dancers. We can definitely get past 1 or 2 Path to Exiles here. Alright, he does sack in response. That's fine. I feel like him trading there probably hurts him more than it helps him. But if he assumes that we only have 1 Core Spirit Dancer, he answers the 1 Hexproof creature, has the answer for the 1 Core Spirit Dancer, then, like, obviously he'd win from there. It's probably not a bad line, but it doesn't further his own game plan. Explore. You got it. Reclaimer is down. Reclaimer on the board. All the mana in the world. We might want to start looking to hold up Path to Exile for Primeval Titan as well. This is actually a rare scenario where I might beat the initial like blowout that our opponent will give us. Another Explore. Another land. No white mana. Alright, the green light is down. We have the chance to go for the kill. Griffspoon. Alright, Mono Griffspoon, Core Spirit Dancer here. Oh. Alright, that's fine. We can just path out this Reclaimer and attack for 12 and we get the win. Alright. Good stuff, team. Alright. Well, we risked the Core Spirit Dancer. It paid off. That's not always going to happen. So, definitely happy that it worked out this time, though. So, like, normally I don't bring in Torporob against these decks, but, like, this particular list, right, is running Skyclave Apparition as well. So, like, Torporob hits the ETB for Primeval Titan, but it also hits Skyclave Apparition from interacting with my board, which is probably a good thing, right? Of course, Spirit Dancer is just weak because Path to Exile and Skyclave both hit it. Spirit Link is pretty weak. I don't mind Suppression Field. It interferes with his Reclaimer and his Blast Zone and things like that. His fetch lands. So I think this is fine. And then we just need to find like another 2 cards to cut. We definitely still want our paths. We want our forces. Maybe like 2 forces are enough. And then like a forest. And then go with that. Dryad Arbor with the added benefit of being a green creature, so you can pitch it to Force of Vigor here. Interesting, fun tech. Alright, we keep this. Not amazing, but Torporob is good against them interacting with us. So, and we've got Totem Armor for Blast Zone. What more can a Bogle player want? Fetch Shock, take the damage, play the guy. And pass the turn. Let's see what their turn 2 is. I guess Explores. Guess they're looking to do Explore. Could be an end step. Elder Army is cool, actually. Jam out Orb. Jam out Torporob. Protect our auras. Our auras are sort of limited. They're a good combination of auras. I just don't want them to get destroyed for free, right? Big blowout would be getting nature's claimed on the Torporob there, but that has not happened. Alright, and now we can just play out double aura, attack for 4. Sort of playing into Force of Vigor a little bit here. As in, like, giving 2 targets. He's probably going after the Torporob anyway, and then Skyclaving next turn. Dryad of Elysian Grove. There he is. In all his nude glory. That's 1 land. They can play another land this turn. Yeah, definitely jamming that Rancor. Attacking for 6, hold up Path to Exile. If he looks to do stuff, we just path him. Path his Dryad, and then we're happy. So it's probably like Primeval Titan, get lands, try to deal damage. We'll let the land triggers go on the stack, and then we'll path in response. So we'll just let this damage resolve. I'm not interested in answering this one. Our opponent's also like 2 points off dead. Alright, there is the Blast Zone. The big, scary Blast Zone. I'll take the 2 damage here. Really looking to get Primeval Titan. Yeah. So off of this, I think I path the Dryad of Elysian Grove now. I did take like an extra 8 points of damage this turn than what I needed to. But At the same time, the big problems... Oh, maybe in attack step I could path it. Maybe. The big problem, like, with that is he might change his decision-making a little bit. Alright, so we can play out a Spirit Mantle here. We can attack and deal 2 damage. Then we can play an extra Hyena Umbra. Get that Blast Zone Assurance again. This is lethal as well, so he is forced to crack the Blast Zone. But we're also at a point where we just die to Dryad of Lycian Grove plus any land. So that's not ideal. Totem Armor triggers. Rancor's to hand. Opponent goes to 5. I think 3 and 2 are pretty much the same life total against this deck at this point when they've got no creatures on the board. So just play out that one. Any Elder Armies calls or anything? No. Okay. And obviously we have Rancors in hand. They can't jump block us because we have protection from creatures. So what do we got? Vanilla Skyclave. Beautiful. Torpor Orb doing its work right now. Ordinarily, do not bring this card in against Titan decks, but here it's pretty good. Rancor, other Rancor, attack. And our opponent can still have Force of Vigor. So we need to be aware of that. Alright, GG. Alright, well, we still had plenty of action left in hand there, but hey, 3-0. No complaints from this end. Let's go. Let's keep on jamming these games. Fantastic, fantastic matches so far. Beating Storm, beating Reclaimer Titan as well. Loving it. That little box there. I think it's one of my old records that's just there. Maybe I can just hide it. I didn't even notice that until now. Should probably just be having this nicer, prettier looking display there. So there's one record that's blinded. Blue-white record is not blinded. Okay, cool. Get rid of that weird little orange box that I noticed probably, 3 hours into streaming here. Alright, so we lost the die roll up against EDB. Hand is great. We're going to keep. See what our opponent does. Misty Rainforest. I smell an Uro deck here. So we play our guy, we pass the turn. What's that next level Mystical Dispute main deck? Alright, no Mystical Dispute main deck. Creature is down. Is it Infect or is it just a Titan deck? Life from the Loam? This must be Dredgevine. This is fine. We can just get planes here. We don't need to fetch shock. We definitely want our totem armor down just in case there's something janky. We already have lifelink on the board. So pretty much if we resolve Daybreak Coronet, we should be good. We've only dealt 1 point of damage to ourselves. They can do like creeping shields and stuff to swing the life totals as well. And then Vengevines. So they chose not to dredge then? What does that mean? I think we can maybe wait on Daybreak. This might be wrong, but like I sort of read counter magic right now, and I don't like playing into counter magic. Plus, we can hold up path, and that should hopefully be enough. Like Spirit Dancer should eat. Yeah, there's the mana leak. Spirit Dancer eats the mana leak. All right, so it's not exactly Dredge. They're just a deck with Life from the Loam that isn't Dredge or Dredgevine. Unless Dredgevine is splashing for mana leak, which is possible. Just blue-green. Simic. Okay, so he's milled Uro and Primeval Titan. And he's looking to Life from the Loam back 2 lands. 2 Field of the Deads here. Okay. We just need to like resolve 1 aura to have our opponent on a 2-turn clock. I think next turn's going to be Uro play like out these fields and then get a bunch of tokens from it. Mana leak. So if we like path the Uro, we should probably be okay. And we put our opponent to 5 here. No. Let's just cast the Hyena Umbra. Because he's going to be gaining 3 life from Uro entering. He's going to like go up to 7. And we want to make sure that we kill him. He dredged again. A Dredge Titan deck. This is a Dredge like Uro, Primeval Titan, Dryad of Elysian Grove, Field of Dead. It's very odd. So Uro comes back, and as long as he doesn't have Force of Negation, we can resolve Daybreak Coronet, and we can win the match. Also, drawing something like Rancor or Ethereal Armor will guarantee us the win as well. Field tokens. Oh, no. No field tokens? Did 7 lands, right? Or 5 different. Draw white mana. Daybreak for the win. You can block with Uro. We can path it in response. Definitely going for the path here. If he's let, like, Daybreak Coronet resolve, he's not got another counterspell. No way. So now we just trample all to 8 damage across, kill them. Boo. Boom, yeah. Alright, go team. So some weird Titan deck that mills itself from Life from the Loam. Definitely Surgical Extractions, looking decent. They've got counterspells as well. I'm, like, super concerned about that part. Path seems good. Spirit Link, bit weak. They probably have Aethergus, but they're like a Titan deck themselves. So maybe not. I think Aethergus is normally like designed to beat Primeval Titan that's uncounterable from Cavern of Souls, and that's why so many blue decks run it. So again, Force of Vigor can hit Dryad of Elysian Grove. I'm not sure how much we care about that, to be entirely honest. They can have something like Engineered Explosives. I think we probably want our Heroic Interventions here. Our Surgicals. Our Paths still seem good as well. Minus like a core, a Spirit Mantle, and then like a mana. And go off that. Alright. Good stuff. Yeah, cool. We keep this hand. This hand looks great. On the draw, better chance to hit our second land drop. And, like, just so much gas aura-wise. So many 1-mana auras can just spew out onto the board. Interaction via surgical extraction. This looks very, very promising. Might have to be like slightly careful of Ice Fang Coddle as well though. They are running like mana leak, so they might be more inclined to run a creature like Ice Fang Coddle, which can be a different turn 2 play if we don't cast anything they want to counter. So I think we want to go for the bait here. Now I'm going to bait an ethereal armor of all auras, because I might want the totem armor. Alright, so that resolves. See if we were right about this Ice Fang. Growth Spiral, okay. Close, close. I'm worried about the one that like blows me out though, not the random Growth Spiral. Opponent now at 4 mana, 1 blue mana. Plays a Dryad of Elysian Grove. Gets an extra land for the turn as well. Potentially daunting. I think if he had a counterspell, he probably would have countered us last turn. High number is like better if he has engineered explosives. And attacking here is bad if our opponent has Force of Vigor. But they've got 3 cards in hand. I think we make them have the Force of Vigor. It's also bad if they have just even Nature's Claim. Alright, so we get the attack through. And they do another Growth Spiral. Okay, not concerned about these Growth Spirals. That's not the issue. Hello to anyone joining us. Welcome to the stream. We're currently in match 4 and we are 3-0 at the moment. We're versing like a Simic Uro deck with Primeval Titan and Dryad of Elysian Grove and permission spells and ramp, and it's quite odd. Surgical Extractions obviously for Uro. Get rid of that stupid card if possible. You can do it in response to the trigger on the stack like as well, so they won't be able to Cryptic Command us in response, which is nice. Gifts ungiven? Alright. All the power to you, opponent. All the power. What are we getting? Still like a little whiles away from killing them because we have missed 2 land drops now. Guess we see what they gifts for. There's going to be some interesting gifts decisions as well, as opposed to the standard Storm stuff where they just get the same stuff every time, right? So if we put the lands to the grave, they can get them back with Life from the Loam. Put Life from the Loam into the grave, they can dredge it back. How many lands have they played this turn? Turn 4 attacked. And he's not played any lands yet. Feel like we have to ditch the Life from the Loam and the Valakut, and then Vesuva can enter as a copy of whatever it wants. And we can actually Surgical Extraction away the Life from the Loam so they can't get Valakut back. So that's pretty interesting. Surgical looks great at the moment to me. Definitely a big fan of it. Mystic Sanctuary targeting gifts ungiven. Cracking your own fetch land in response. Holding priority, cracking your own fetch land in response. Island. Cracking your other fetch land in response. Can we afford for our opponent to have gifts here? I think we want to get rid of the gifts, right? They do have Primeval Titan in hand that we know about. They played the Vesuva, which was the other card we put in hand. So they have 1 unknown in hand. So Titan, 6 mana. They can't Titan and Gifts next turn. I feel like I'm comfortable letting this fetch resolve. Another island. So now they're representing Archmage's Charm. Million zombie tokens. Feel like Gifts and Valakut are like sort of the same thing. Let's get rid of the Gifts Ungiven here. Hopefully they don't have the counterspell. I probably should have cracked in response there. Like I cast it in response to not get done like that. But alright, here's our opponent's deck. Just take a quick snippet of that so we know what's up. And of course we've removed the copy from the graveyard as well, so they don't get the activation. Dude, we draw more lands there. More non-land cards there. Triple engineered explosives. That's pretty good to know. The heroic interventions are well placed, even if we didn't hit our land drops here. Opponent can next turn Life from the Loam Dredging, get it back. Valakut. And then they can cast the play the Valakut and cast Primeval Titan, and we're just dead. Alright. I know what they're doing. But what can we do about it here in sideboarding? Arrow of Promise, Uro, Dryad, one Cryptic Command, couple of Remans, Negate, couple of Mana Leaks. His deck's sort of like all over the place, and a random Summoner's Pact as well. I think this deck's sort of trying to get to 4 mana to use Gifts Ungiven to tutor for what they need. Good news is we don't need Torpor Orbs. They're pretty bad here. Might be like slightly too heavy on Spirit Dancers here, although they don't have any good removal. Their removal is Bounce with Cryptic Command. In that case, I might bring back in Core Spirit Dancer. Just gamble a bit harder there. Force of Vigor is like kind of good, but kind of not. Surgical Extraction as well isn't that good. Maybe I just remove my surgicals for force. No, I need to have at least one surgical, right? Disrupt the lock. Minus the Sentinel's Eyes. Alright, we'll go with that. Sort of difficult sideboarding decisions here, in my opinion. This deck's attacking from like a lot of different angles. Alright, we'll keep this. Get a turn 2 Spirit Dancer. We don't need to worry about Spell Snares by the looks of things, unless it was in hand. So not having to worry about Spell Snares makes Core Spirit Dancer very, very appealing. The Multi 5 makes it even more appealing. This is an interesting deck. Interesting take on Titan. Oops, played the wrong land. It's alright. Shouldn't matter. Fairly unlikely we're going to draw another Razorverge Thicket here. Opponent with a turn 1 play. Has he got the explosives on 1? Search for Tomorrow suspended. Alright, that's much nicer than seeing explosives there. Find a Misty Rainforest. Alright, we'll just go ahead and I reckon crack that just for... we can shock actually. Getting locked up on green mana might be bad with a Core Spirit Dancer next turn. If we're looking to triple aura and we draw only white auras, we definitely shoot ourselves in the foot by getting a basic forest there. So that's all fine. So this next turn, the best thing our opponent should have is negate, mana leak, explosives. Alright, there's the explosives. We do find the Rancor. So played Rancor. It's pretty good. I think we can sort of slow play this actually. Because we're just going to have enough mana to cast Daybreak Coronet next turn, holding up Heroic Intervention. And then, like, if they want to crack the explosive, like, this is fine holding this up here. This is surprisingly fine. Opponent can play a 4th land this turn. They do. I guess they're just copying Valakut. I thought they'd go after the Razorverge Thicket there. Okay. Or Temple Garden. They can't Cryptic Command or anything. They don't have the mana up. So we just Daybreak here. If our opponent cracks Engineered Explosives, we play Heroic Intervention. Attacks. Alright. Heroic Intervention. Jank you never thought you'd see. Getting the work done here. Opponent is on 3. Explosives on 2? Oh, that's fine. We just go in on Scout and kill them. Good team. He's totally going to crack this during his turn as well. So that... Oh, wow, he didn't. I thought he was going to play around another Heroic Intervention. Oh, the auras in the world. Opponent concedes. Bam. Alright, that's the 4-0. Let's get into the 5th match. This is exciting. Unique shatters. Oh, bot spamming stuff. Exciting. Alright, we'll just get rid of all that. Reported as well. Obviously spam. Alright, so I got rid of that silly comment. Sorry guys. Unfortunately, that sort of happens. Fortunately, I'm like also not big enough that I would go running around and need people like following to like post either. I like new people coming in and chatting. Like, I'm still very small, so I think it's just something we have to put up with for the time being. Alright, and one more match to go. Very exciting. 4-0. Green-white. Beating decks like Storm. And Grixis Shadow. Not bad. Bogles has still got it. Maybe I'm overthinking it with the blue. I don't know. I think it's meta dependent, and I think it's matchup dependent as to which colors you want to play, blue white or green white. Heroic Intervention seeming nice there. I think I've got like Verse Tron decks as well, and I'd like prefer Gadok Teague to Heroic Intervention. But at the same time, like, you can't have it all, right? Alright, we won the die roll. Match 5. Going for the 5-0, potentially. Up against Porker 5. Alright, well, this hand doesn't have a creature outside of Dryad Arbor. I don't really like Dryad Arbor. We're going to throw. This hand is pretty well as bad. We don't have mana to cast Core, and Core is fragile. Alright, we got to keep... Just going to ditch the paths. We'll keep our auras. There's too many like scenarios where the paths are just not going to do anything against some decks, and we want the auras because they're going to at least do something. They're like guaranteed to do something, right? Oh, it's the Splinter Twin deck. All right, so we'll throw down Rancor. We'll start the aggressive clock here. Oh, when I say Splinter Twin, I mean the Kiki Deceiver Exarch combo deck. Opponent with the Opt, End Stepped, and what is he doing with that Scribe? He's putting it on top. Alright. It doesn't mean too much at these stages. Like, it can just be them setting up for a future turn, right? Okay, and, well, we find a Spirit Mantle, so we'll put down an aura that adds some sort of toughness here. Some sort of power, pardon. As opposed to Spirit Link, which just gains life. Kiki combo decks are not really looking to win on fair board states, right? Alright, well, feels pretty bad. I really wish I had those paths right now. Fortunately, Deceiver Exarch doesn't have flying. Pessimite does. Alright, let's just go for attacks. Hitting in. And I guess I'll hold up Path to Exile to try and fake that I can play around the combo. It's pretty likely he has it at this point. Wait, 4 mana? Cryptic Command, Bounce, Rancor. Okay. That's not really what I was expecting. And 2 Serum Visions. Alright, so I guess no Deceiver Exarch in the hand just yet. Maybe punish for not playing out the Hyena Umbra as well. So we just go for this pre-combat. If they want a Cryptic, they can Cryptic. Alright. We're getting to the stage where, like, any attack will pretty much just kill them. So they actually counter draw and let us attack for the damage. So we've put them to 3 anyway. Any 1 mana aura and we have the damn chance. Alright, let's just kill them over 2 turns. We got the path interaction now for if they go to combo. Bouncing Griffspoon. Alright, you got it, opponent. You got it. Oh, here's the Snappy. Well, I don't really think we can let this one resolve. So we're just going to go for the path. Hopefully no Force Negation. Alright, so we do get in for 1 point of damage. We put our opponent to 2. We actually get fortunate. We bottomed 2 Path to Exiles and we drew the 3rd without any shuffle effects. So pretty fortunate odds there. Although, arguably if we drew land, we would have them dead already, right? Kiki Jiki. Sure thing. Flying. Opponent only 3 mana up. They can't Cryptic Command us. Archmage's Charm, countering Griffspoon. Alright, so we hit our lands. We play our Hyena Umbra. They're forced to block with Kiki Jiki. And they're, you know, down to 4, being like 1 attack off dead as well. Alright. Gaining our life. Opponent, 3 Cryptic Commands in the bin as well. He's running out of Cryptics. Although we did see Snapcaster Mage. That is something our opponent has access to. And has the mana to cast. Alright, so just go for an aura, I suppose. Alright, this should be lethal if we get to attack like this. Actually, maybe playing the other Ethereal Armor out is slightly smarter. If they Snapcaster, Bounce, Hyena, Umbra, Chump Block, we're potentially in trouble. Deceiver, Exarch, Chump Block, Rats. Tapping our land. He's totally got the combo. Lame. Alright, I should have played out the Ethereal Armor there. That's my bad. I think he had the counterspell for it, but, you know, put them on it. Make them have it. Oh. Alright, so Ethereal Armor, bait the counterspell. We're not curving out land-wise, but we keep drawing lots of one-mana auras, so it's something. Alright, try for the other Griffs. Snappy Cryptic. Here it comes. Counter tap board. We do have a reasonably good sideboard for this deck. We got Torporobs. We got Suppression Field as well. Maybe Surgical Extraction does something. Oh, he let it resolve. He just tapped Drew. I guess that makes sense. Wonder if we need a... Oh, wow, he concedes. Okay. I do not think we played that optimally by any stretch, but we got there anyway, so that's fortunate. So, must-haves, Torpor-Orbs, and Suppression Field. Surgical is a bit more optional. Of course, Spirit Dance is, like, okay, but it gets tapped down, so maybe, like, only 1 or 2 copies at best. I don't think we want to play around Blood Moon in the blind. Maybe we can just fetch around Blood Moon. Spirit Link, out... Spirit Mantle probably out as well because it's a 2-mana aura. At this point, we keep 1 core. Alright, we'll go with that. Maybe I can trim a mana source actually instead of the core Spirit Dancer there because I'm on the draw. Alright, bottom 1 hexproof creature. Keep the other. Temple. Alright, Temple's coming down. It gets its scry. They are putting that card on top of their library. I said we're going to play around Blood Moon potentially. I don't think I want to here. I probably should have led on Horizon Canopy, but because I had a 1-landed hand. My mental was kind of fixed on playing out the Misty. I don't really want to attack into a Snapcaster Mage Chump Block here. Next turn we can... And, like, even if we resolve Rancor, they still just Snapcaster Mage Chump Block. I'm going to play out a second main Torpor Orb. Spell Snare? Dude. Rude. Opt. Alright. So next turn we can do Rancor plus Daybreak. I guess we just go for it. I don't really see us having too much of a play around here. Let's Surgical Extraction away this Spell Snare so we can pave the way for Daybreak. And, like, stops, like, Snapcaster Mage from targeting it as well, right? So get rid of this one, get rid of this one. His deck is this, his hand is that. We're playing with perfect information now, which could prove to be quite important. Our opponent has got Aether Gust, Deceiver Exarch, Remand, and Snapcaster Mage in hand. Dude, this is so bad for us. Okay. And other cards in the library. Looks like he's got 2 copies of Deceiver Exarch, 3 copies of Kiki, and another 2 Snapcaster Mages. Just going to attack into the Snapcaster Mage here. If he wants to offer the Chump Block, I can then play out my other one. Deceiver Exarch. It's like sort of just as annoying, really. Should really be tapping that for white, but got a creature to play in hand here. I don't know. I need some white auras at this stage. I need some first strike. This only Rancor hand is like pretty bad. If we cast Daybreak Coronet there, they just Ether Gust the Rancor. We lose our Daybreak. Then they can remand the Rancor in a future turn. Yeah, our hand's not really lining up very well with our opponents. Honestly, I think we just cycle and look for a first strike aura here. He's still got Snapcaster, Remand, and Ether Gust in hand. Try to cast this if he Ether Gusts it. Honestly, I think I might want to just put it on the bottom. I need first strike. I can't have Snapcaster Ether Gust looming over my head, right? So that's Ether Gust off the list as well. Now he's got Remand, Snapcaster Mage, and Valakut Awakening. Go for the path here. If he uses his Remand this turn, he can't use it next turn. He drew Archmage's Charm. That's pretty fortunate for him. We did put that Rancor on the bottom, right? Yeah, we did put it on the bottom. Alright. Just checking. Alright, well, we've got an attack. Our opponent can now Snapcaster Ether Gust our Rancor, and then we're in like a really bad spot. So, he knows the line. We are up a game though. Bottom that. I don't want this Ether Gust crap happening to me. I know that was his like second iteration, but like I can't attack into a Snapcaster Mage with a Rancor anyway. I need to. Alright, so we draw an actual relevant aura, which is Hyena Umbra. Currently, my opponent's got Remand and Valakut Awakening in hand. So Valakut Awakening is an instant. That's so strong. Opponent not interested in attacking. Alright, let's cycle this Horizon Canopy. Pretty dead draw. It's a much better draw, though. Let's see what he does. I guess he just, like, remands it, and then we just recast it. And then, we can't really attack still because he's got a 4 toughness creature, so. Another remand. Dude, all the remands. Tempo, drawing him cards. Slowly getting him closer and closer to that Kiki Jiki win. Alright, let's just try for the Torpor Orb. If it gets countered, it gets countered. We'll do it second main. Cryptic. Man, you've drawn like all the permission spells lining up perfectly with your mana and with my board with the Ether Gust as well. Kiki. Alright, Kiki's good enough. Well, I sort of smelt it coming, but, you know, there we go. Yeah, they drew, like, extremely well from just having counterspells. They just drew extremely well then. It's fine. Is Surgical Extraction even good enough? I don't see any Mystic Sanctuaries. It can remove a Snapcaster Mage target, which might be good, actually. Magnetic Sinkhole. Sort of good to know. 2 lightning bolts and 1 sinkhole. 1 engineered explosives. And 1 crackling drake. Leaving myself very vulnerable to explosives at the moment. But I kind of think I need to play my 1-mana auras out quite aggressively. Sort of think I want a second core Spirit Dancer, but that might just be me being greedy. Maybe I can go down on a surgical extraction for that. Alright, so we'll play first. Alright, we'll keep this. Let's go. Do we have to worry about Blood Moon, actually? I don't remember seeing any copies. No, we don't. Alright, pretty quick keep on our 7, so hopefully it invokes fear in our opponent's heart. This deck seems reasonably strong. I think Valakut Awakening, the Pain-Free Mana Base. Yeah, Valakut Awakening and the Pain-Free Mana Base have given the deck like a lot of resources, right? Your basic permission package, tempo package. Opponent has mulligan to 6. Alright, let's just get started on the deck thinning. I want to see another 1-mana aura if possible here. Be uber surprised to see Blood Moon in this match here. Could happen though. Alright, Temple for our opponent. Good news is we don't have to worry about Force of Negation though. He doesn't have any copies of that from what I've observed in his library. Okay, we'll just use this opportunity to play out our Torpor Orb, I suppose. And attack our opponent for 1. They can bounce out with Cryptic Command, which sort of sucks for us. But maybe we draw like the second effect so they won't be able to bounce both, right? Alright, so Ethereal Armor, what is your play, opponent? Doesn't look like any copies of Anger of the Gods either that we need to worry about. So you got the Remand. Has he got the Mana Leak? The reason like why I'm doing it like this is because he's probably not going to counter the Sentinel's Eyes if he has the Mana Leak. If he has the Remand, he's definitely going to like use it on the Ethereal Armor here, and then I get to resolve the Ethereal Armor afterwards, and then that saves it from like Archmage's Charm next turn. So it's slightly better to like risk the higher power aura here, and he's like thinking hard right now. He yeah, it's just a Remand, so now we can just recast it. No sweat. Attack for 2. Unfortunately, we can't utilize this forest mana here, so we can't get like an aggressive attack happening, but we just have to take that. Alright, so we'll go ahead and cast our Sentinel's Eyes. Hopefully that resolves. Does. Alright, so cycle this Horizon Canopy, see what we find. Daybreak Coronet. Alright. Well, that's the aggression right there. So we'll attack our opponent for 4. Any end step Tricksters, Deceiver Exarchs here. Or Archmage's Charm. Looks like an Exarch. A Valakut Awakening. Okay, sure. What is our opponent doing? How many cards? Drew 4 cards. So he ditched 3 and drew 4. I think that's how it works. 1 extra. Yeah. Opponent with a Remand and ditched his entire hand after that point. I think I like this pre-combat here. If he Cryptic, like, counters taps, he does that, whatever. Okay, so we get to attack for 8 here. If that lands, our opponent's on 5. And we've got double path interaction at this point to interfere with his combo. We're in a pretty strong spot here. Oh, I can just untap and combo and win, though. Please, no. Please, no. Oh, Spy Bluff can now untapped. Holy cow. I'm terrified. Alright, attack step. Let's go. I'll let our opponent draw. We already know they don't have Force of Negation. I will path this before the end of turn, though. And I think I'll put down the Hyena Umbra in case they draw the explosives as well. Oh, wait, I missed out on that. Fuck. My bad. I might... Hopefully I don't lose from that. Lose to the explosives. Fingers crossed. He's tapping 3 mana. That's good. Drawing cards. Alright. No explosives. Just pass to me. You know that's all you want to do. Opponent concedes. Bam! There is the 5-0, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta tell you, that feels pretty good. Get some qualifier points happening here. Get our chest, our play points. Yeah, cool. Awesome. Deck getting the results here for us tonight. I went 2-3 with blue-white, and then turn around, and this was quite the match with this list here. Excellent stuff. Wow, this is funny. With the list, I'm not sure it's like updated optimally to whatever the metagame's doing at the moment. Or is it like sort of all over the place at the moment? Right. So, oh, and I've got scouts in the wrong column. Gotcha. That's why it looks a little bit different. So main deck wise, Sentinel's Eyes doesn't feel like too bad having it back in the deck. I think it probably gives you a bit of a hedge in the mono red matchups or the creature matchups where vigilance and blocking is going to matter. That's only going to work well if you've got your first strike though. Spirit Link is just an extra source of life gain for Scourge. Scourge seems to have fallen off in the last week a little bit. Scourge of the Skyclaves. Scourge of the Skyclaves there. That is. Seems to have fallen off a little bit. So maybe Spirit Link's like a bit questionable slot-wise. And other than that, Spirit Mantle's not too bad. I think being aggressive low to the ground is probably the main place this deck wants to be. Maybe Spirit Link could become like another Path to Exile. Although, it's kind of nice having the aura at the same time, the extra 1 mana aura. Surgical Extraction's really impressing me at the moment. It gave me like perfect information of my opponent's deck there for that Kiki deck matchup at the end. I was able to take away the spell snare, so he wasn't able to counter like a 2 mana spell for free. I don't think that really mattered. I think he had a different counter spell as well, but that's semi-relevant. Maybe like in response to the Snapcaster Mage, and like him targeting spell snare, that's probably the opportune moment to let it resolve. Like to cast my surgical extraction there. Torpor Orb honestly feels good. It feels so much safer than Hushbringer at the moment. There's way too many decks that run Skyclave Apparition and Path to Exile. I just don't want any of that. Like, the Hate Bears are running it. The Elvish Reclaimer Titan deck is running it. Like, just, I don't want any of that stuff. Heroic Intervention, I don't think it's a necessity. I think it's nice. Though... Definitely good against decks with Blast Zone, Oblivion Stone, things like that. It's probably a little bit weaker against Tron matchup because, like, if your opponent negs an Ugin, Heroic Intervention does nothing. Like, it can answer Khan Liberated. It does nothing against Khan the Great Creator as well. So, maybe matchup dependent. That might be better off suited as Gadok Tig. Force of Vigor, I mean... I've cut this card down to 2 of in the past, and I've just not really been in love with it as a 2 of. I think when you need to see it, you need to see it, and you're not going to see it unless you have it as a 3 of. Suppression Field, sort of like a pseudo Torpor Orb here in this matchup, but also has play against the the Hammer Time deck as well, and a few other decks. Interacts with Planeswalkers. It's good against Tron. If you're on the play against Tron and you jam a turn 2 suppression field, it's going to be very hard for them to crack their Expedition map or their Chromatic Star. All their Planeswalkers are going to cost mana to activate when they come down. It completely slows out their tempo, so I think I like suppression field here. It's also good against like the Kiki Combo deck as well, right? Yeah, sweet. That's awesome. That's going to be it from me, guys. I really hope you enjoyed watching. If you enjoyed the video and are watching on YouTube, be sure to leave a like or a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of the list. How are you going with the deck at the moment? I'm curious to find out. The metagame's pretty wild at the moment. It's pretty hard to get wins. So any 5-0 is very, very welcomed and celebrated, right? Other than that, if you're new, you want to see daily content, be sure to subscribe. I've got daily Bogle content on YouTube, daily videos coming out. Keep you up to date with what you need to do in the modern metagame to stay competitive. Thanks once more, guys. I'll see you all next time. Have a great day.